Hi and good morning watchers, I am Yuna Gabriel V. Angeles from grade 11 Our Lady of Immaculate Conception, here to tackle and help you understand one-to-one and inverse function. So our main objectives for today is number 1. The learner is able to determine if a function is one-to-one and able to represent real-life situation. Number 2, the learner is able to find the inverse of a function. So to begin, what is one-to-one function? The function f of x is a one-to-one function when each element of its range will be returned by one unique element from its domain. If x of 1 is not equal to x of 2, then f of x of 1 is not equal to f of x of 2. Meaning that if you have two different values of x, then it follows that you have two different values of y. Equivalently, f of x of 1 is equal to f of x of 2, it is only when x of 1 is equal to x of 2. Meaning that if we have two y values, then it follows that there is only a single x value. Again, the meaning of one-to-one function, for one value of y, there is only one value of x. For example, as you can observe in the screen, the left one is a one-to-one function, while the right one is not, because there is a value of y which is 6 that corresponds to 2x value which is c and d. Thus, it is considered as many to one. In graphs, you can consider it as one-to-one if both satisfy the vertical and horizontal line task. Both vertical and horizontal line drawn intersects the graph at only one point. So let us determine. Number 1 is a function but not a one-to-one function as it passes the vertical line test but not the horizontal line test. Number 2, as you can see, it is a one-to-one function, and the last one is neither a one-to-one or a function as it doesn't pass the vertical and horizontal line test. Some of the real-life example of one-to-one function is a cell phone number because each cell phone number only belongs to one person. Another one, in a classroom, each student gets one desk which can only be sat in by one student. So when we say inverse function, let f be a one-to-one function with the domain A and range B, then the inverse of f, denoted by f of -1, is a function with domain B and range A defined by the inverse of y equals x if and only if f of x equals y for any y in B. Always put in mind a function has an inverse if and only if it is a one-to-one. In solving inverse function, these are the following steps. Step 1, change fx to y. Step 2, interchange x and y. Step 3, solve for y. Then step 4, replace y with f inverse of x. Then you can check it. For example, f of x equals to 3x plus 2. So step 1, change fx to y. So y is equals to 3x plus 2. Then step 2, interchange x and y. So x is equals to 3y plus 2. Then step 3, solve for y, so move 2 to the side of x, so it will become x minus 2 equals 3y. Then divide both sides by 3. Then the answer will be x minus 2 over 3 equals y. Lastly, step 4, replace y with f inverse of x, so it will become f inverse of x is equals to x minus 2 over 3. So that is the final answer. In checking the inverse, you can use the composition of function. So check the composition of the two inverse and the function. F of f inverse is going to split out the argument if it's the inverse f of f inverse is the argument. So let's answer. F of f inverse of x is going to be f of f inverse of x. My f inverse was bound to be x minus 2 over 3 equals 3 times x minus 2 over 3 and in addition of 2. So cancel 3, then I have x minus 2 plus 2. So the final answer will become x. So we can now conclude that this is really an inverse. And that's all. I hope you learn and understand what we tackle all about, which is one-to-one and inverse function. Again, thank you for watching.